Guys, so we're on to the last pedal on the actual pedal board, and this is actually a real old pedal for me. This is one of my longest serving pedals. This is the EBS Unichorus. It's a really nice chorus pedal. I've tried quite a few chorus pedals out, and there are other ones that are just as nice. But this is one of the first pedals that I bought that I've used extensively. And this, if you know anything about EBS, there's been numerous ranges of these things. This one actually predates the true bypass pedal, which this one is now, and these have been through, I think, 2 other generations since this one. So this is like about 2nd generation, I believe. It's a really early model EBS pedal, and one of the first effects that I really tried out. So this one, what a chorus does is essentially a offshoot of delay, in that it'll take your signal that you put into it, delay it ever so slightly, and we're talking milliseconds here and not very many of them, and then detune that signal a little bit as well, and very little, depending on how you set it, and then feed it back into your original signal and output the result. And that sounds like this. Now this is quite a old school sound. It was used a lot in the 80s, and bar a few notable exceptions, I think that killed it out for the 90s for a while, but it seems to be sort of making a bit of a resurgence, and it's always been an effect that I've quite liked, especially in conjunction with the octave pedal. It gives you that real 80s vibe. So chorus kind of stands in the same area of modulation as phasers and flangers, which work very much in a similar sort of way. Phasers do the same thing, but the way they delay it is it puts the original waveform and the delayed waveform out of phase. It gives you a much more swirly sound to it. It's quite a psychedelic thing. Flangers, likewise, are a little deeper sounding than the Unichorus. The Unichorus actually has a flanger setting. It's not a full flanger, but you can kind of hear the difference between this and the flanger. Flanger is something I've used in some bands, but it's quite... Both flanger and phaser are quite extreme sounding effects, whereas the chorus is quite a subtle one. I'll use that specifically to either get that sort of 80s sounding bass vibe, or actually with the sort of swirl of it, I'll use it for more subtle songs to actually push the bass down in the mix a little bit, to make myself less prominent, and use it as a dynamic tool in that fashion. So this pedal I love. I've used it for years and years and years. Chorus, generally, I would recommend trying out. It's just a really useful tool, and an effect that I really love using.